Parliament now, both the houses of the Indian Parliament to meet today after facing a repeated disruption on Friday. The upper house or Rajya Sabha to take up the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2025. The Manipur Appropriation Bill 2025 will be taken up for consideration and passing. The bill to authorize payment and appropriation of certain sums from and out of the consolidated fund of the state of Manipur for the services of the financial year 2025-26. Readjustment of the representation of scheduled tribes in assembly constituencies of the state of Goa Bill 2025 will be taken up for discussion in the upper house. The lower house or Lok Sabha to take up the National Sports Governance Bill 2025, the bill to provide for the development and promotion of sports welfare measures for sportspersons, ethical practices based on basic universal principles of good governance, ethics and fair play of the Olympic and sports movement, the Olympic Charter, the Paralympic Charter, international best practices and established legal standards, and to provide for the resolution of sports grievances and sports disputes in a unified, equitable and effective manner. The National Anti-Doping Bill 2025 will also be discussed in the House. All right, Debyendu Mondal, Lead India correspondent, is standing by. He has more information. Debyendu, good morning. Just 2 days of business this week and last few days of the monsoon session. Tell us the key bills likely to be tabled, and do we expect the Parliament to function smoothly?
Well, good morning, Abhishek. You know, the Parliament's monsoon session this time around has seen a complete washout, if we can say that, because there have been repeated disruptions from the opposition side ever since the session began, with their demands shifting one goalpost to the other. Only apart from the fact that there had been a constructive debate on Operation Sindoor, which extended more than 16 plus hours in both the houses separately, was the only, sort of business that we saw in both the houses of parliament. But having said this, the government is clear now on their strategy that the key bills that are listed for business or the legislative businesses in both the houses of the government, in fact, both the houses of the parliament, will be sailed through despite the protest that the opposition has been carrying out on the floor of the house. But the opposition strategy is clear that they are not going to budge down and they are going to continue their protest on the floor of the house, and in fact, both on the floor of the house as well as outside the parliament. This particular issue is on the SIR, which is the revision of the electoral roll in Bihar. The opposition strategy is they want to corner the government, given the fact that the Bihar election is just around the corner. But the government, as I said, Abhishek, is clear on the fact that they want to push through key legislations and key legislative businesses in both the houses. And we have seen over the last one and a half week, despite the opposition's protest, key important bills like, the readjustments of seats of scheduled tribes in the state of Goa. Amendment bill was passed in the lower house. It is now tabled for today in the upper house. There were a couple of bills from the Ministry of Shipping that were also passed in both the houses of parliament, despite the opposition's protest. But today, the anti-doping bill as well as the sports amendment bill are two key legislative bills that are expected to be passed in the lower house, which is the Lok Sabha, as well as the Rajya Sabha is expected to take up the Manipur's GST bill as well as the appropriation bill of Manipur. These two bills were again passed in the Lok Sabha last week, and it is now being tabled in the Rajya Sabha for passage, which was expected that the bills will see the light of the day. But the key important part, Abhishek, is also with the fact that, the opposition, the speaker has been requesting, and the chair has been requesting both the opposition parties to help the house function, but, they are not budging down. The speaker also says that a lot of time has already been wasted. So, it's of course, as you said, there are just 2 more days left for this week and a couple of more days left after the Independence Day for the Parliament to function.
All right, Debyendu, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.